When I was a kid, I lived across the street from a family named the Bakers. Now, it was an older man and a woman, and they had a young grandson. He was like my age. And I would go over and play with him whenever he came to stay with his grandparents. And I remember one day, he and I were playing outside, and he wanted to go back inside to get something, so I went back inside with him. And I'd never been in the house before. So we're walking through the house, and I went past the dining room. And the dining room was dark. There was only sun coming in from the right-hand side through a window. And Mr. Baker, his grandfather, was sitting at the head of a really long dining room table. And I remember he only had a couple things in front of him. On one side, his left side, he had a mixed drink. I'm going to assume it was a mixed drink. It was a small drink in a glass. I'm going to assume it was some type of liquor. He had a small, little dish full of peanuts. He had the newspaper folded over, and he had a pen. And he was just sitting at the head of the table, just staring ahead off into space. And I remember stopping in the doorway and looking at him, and he kind of looked at me, and we just kind of stared at each other, and I didn't say anything, and he didn't say anything. And then finally, his grandson got what he wanted from inside, and we went back outside. We were playing outside for a couple hours. We went back inside to get drinks. Mr. Baker was sitting in the exact same spot as where I left him, at the head of the table, with all the same stuff in front of him. I'm assuming he had been sitting there the entire time. And I thought to myself, wow, that seems really boring. That seems like a terrible day, just sitting there doing pretty much nothing. Now that I'm older and a little bit closer to Mr. Baker's age, I think to myself, man, that dude had the life. He literally just sat at his dining room table in the middle of the day with a mixed drink and a snack and a newspaper and did nothing. Seems like a pretty sweet deal to me now.